Hello Game Ranger fans, and welcome to my second Power Rangers Downacharge episode review for episode 2, entitled Past, Present, and Fusion. The reason I'm talking so quietly right now is because it is very late here, my parents are asleep, so I'm going to try and get this review as quiet as I can. So let's just begin with episode 2. So first off, the opening narration that comes out with every new episode has returned. You know, that voice that appears before the episode actually starts, talking about, basically it's how Sledge wants the Energems, but the Rangers got to him first, and now they have to fight off all of his monsters as the Power Rangers Downacharge. This narration is much better than Megaforce and Super Megaforce and Samurai and Super Samurai. Although I wish they didn't have it. To me, it's just really unnecessary to have those narrations at the beginning. But anyway, we have what we have. The episode actually starts with an open shot of the field with a guy riding on horseback. And this horseback cowboy rides to the barn and peeks into the barn and sees his brother messing with swords, messing with fencing swords. His brother is Riley Griffin, played by Michael Tabor, who was the Green Ranger. Didn't appear in the first episode, but he's here now. And because his brother is Riley, the guy on horseback is actually Matt Griffin, who will, I can't remember who plays him, but he will one day in the show be turned to the Graphite Ranger, or the Gray Ranger. But anyway, Riley is messing with a fencing sword, and Matt goes in and says, "I need your help tending to the pigs." And he's like, "Yeah, sure, okay." He's trying to hide the fact that he's been fencing because he doesn't really fit in with the farm life. And therefore doesn't really want to tend to anything. Riley's dog, Rubik, obviously named for the Rubik's Cube, runs off out of the barn, and Riley goes to go find him. He hears Rubik barking and heads into the woods, where he sees Rubik barking at Fury. And Fury, who is still on search for the Energems from last episode, is about to basically kill Rubik, kill the dog, to make it be quiet. So in quick thinking, Riley grabs a metal fence post and uses it as a kind of a blade to fend off Fury. Now, I originally thought it was going to be a pipe, but it's actually a metal fence post. So basically he uses the pipe or the fence post to fight off Fury, and much like Tyler did with the shovel in last episode, he uses it to deflect the laser blasts of Fury. But eventually Riley does get knocked down, and the fence post goes flying and hits a rock, which unearths a Velociraptor skeleton and the green Energem embedded within it. Now Fury sees the Energem and goes to go grab it. But Riley also runs to the rock and tries to pull the fence post out of the rock. But the green Energem merges with him and turns the fence post into a Dino Saber, which is the Ranger's weapon. And then Riley uses this new weapon to fight back and escape. along with the Energem and Rubric. So Riley gets a vision of the green Energem merging with the Velociraptor in the dinosaur times from the first episode, and he realizes he has to go to the dinosaur museum, and he's going to be there for the entire summer. So this series takes place over a summer vacation or something. So he just leaves the farm on this little scooter thing, and not far down the road, the scooter breaks down, and he is met by Tyler and Shelby, who are still driving to the museum. So he grabs a ride with them. And on the way there, then they see a couple that have been in a car accident. The woman is waving down for help as her husband has been pinned underneath the car. And the three stop and decide to help out. So they find that the car is leaking gas, so it's going to explode very soon. And they use all their might and all their strength to push the car, and with the power, with the Energems, which start glowing, they're able to push the car up into the air, where the car then explodes, which I thought was a bit odd, but it was a bit kind of I wasn't expecting it, but that happened. So after that, they get back in the car and finally reach the museum. They pull in to the loading dock where Shelby jumped into the truck in the first episode. I keep going back to the first episode because there's quite a lot of throwbacks to the first episode. Or at least this has only been 2 episodes. So they're looking around the loading dock, and they see Tyler sees a giant T-Rex head thing and asks Shelby to take a picture. So he gets into a pose, and actually one of the teeth is actually a lever which opens up a door in the head's mouth that sends them down a slide, and Riley and Shelby follow, and they wind up in the Ranger's lab. And in this lab, they see that there are a blue and black Energem already been found and already placed in a special holder with Dino Chargers. If you know Kyoryuger, the Dino Chargers are the Judenchi, or the Beast batteries, and they're in their little holders too. So the three place their Dino Energems into the slots and are met by Keeper, who tells them that, the Energems have given you awesome power to fight these monsters. And that's when Chase, Coda, and Miss Morgan, or Kendall, walk out. So it seems that Coda and Chase have already found their Energems, obviously, and have already are already Rangers. And then Kendall explains why the other Energems chose them. Basically, because Tyler saved Shelby, while at great risk to his own life, the Red Gem, chose him. Riley is very disciplined and has many skills with swords and puzzles, and has a great intelligence, so the Green Gem chose him. And one thing that I kind of found really stupid was, she goes like, Tyler, Tyler, you saved Shelby, so the Red chose you. Riley, you're smart and have all these skills, so the Green chose you. And then she goes, Shelby, why the pink one chose you is anyone's guess. Like, she doesn't even... why is she... on Shelby's back so much. I mean, I know that Shelby's clumsy, and it was bugging her, but that doesn't mean that you should look down to her. But basically, Keeper eventually says that because Shelby went to great lengths to try and protect the pink energy, that it chose her. And one thing that doesn't really mean anything, but I thought was really cool, was the Rangers have a little bit of telekinetic abilities. They're able to hold their hands out, and then gems will just come to them when they go off on missions. That's just a little thing that I thought was cool. Anyway, the three are basically told, you know, you're Power Rangers now, and you blah blah blah. And the three join up. While Shelby is hesitant, and again Kendall is like, this is no job for a waitress. Like, she gets really upset and just kind of just interface about it. Shelby and the rest join up. So Koda, Chase, Riley, and Shelby telekinetically take their Energems and their Dino Chargers and leave, or get ready to go. When Tyler goes to take his Energem telekinetically, it won't come to him because apparently the T-Rex Zord is causing trouble. Or something is interfering with the red power of the gem, and it's later found out to be the T-Rex Zord. So Tyler has to stay until they figure that out. Basically, the four go and see the T-Rex Zord come out of a volcano that's erupting, and you know, it's pretty cool, just that shot of the T-Rex coming out of the volcano, or at least coming out from behind the volcano. Back in the base, Tyler is told about Dino Chargers and how Kendall created them to hold the power of the Energems, and how when they run out of power, they'll recharge them at the station. And then all of a sudden, he is able to take his gem and runs off to join the rest. Now we flash to the city. Goes to the city where Ice Age, the ice monster from the first episode, is attacking the city with the foot soldiers, who have actually combined into giant robots themselves. It's kind of weird. And basically the T-Rex goes in and goes to stop them, but is frozen by Ice Age. And then all of a sudden Tyler shows up and uses the red Energem to unfreeze the T-Rex. So, like, what was even the point? I mean, Sentai footage, yeah, but still, it's a bit quick. And basically morphs for the first time into the Red Ranger, with the morphing sequence intact. Now, the morphing sequence is basically exactly identical to Juden Sentai Kyoryugers. If you've seen that, then you know what I mean. But there are a few minor differences, but they're not that noticeable. And basically the morphing call, the entire morphing call is, it's morphing time, Dino Charger ready, they click the charger, and then put it into the morpher, and then the morpher says, like, T-Rex Charger energize, and then or T-Rex Charger engage. Then Tyler says energize, spins the wheel, holds the gun in the air, and says unleash the power. So it's just like 3 different phrases rolled into one, which isn't bad. And then basically Tyler and the T-Rex Zord go to work in battling Ice Age and the Vivix. And then the other 4 show up, and what I find it kind of annoying, but also kind of funny, was that Chase was like, well, this monster, right? Well, first Koda says, this monster isn't Fury, because Fury's the one they've been looking for, and so far to their knowledge, has been the only monster on Earth. But obviously not. And Chase is like, well, whatever it is, it's about to find out who we are. And then and then Chase is like, it's morphin' time. And then Shelby's like, just step back and watch, boys. And then she's like, Dino Charger ready, and forgets to click so it doesn't work. And she wants to so bad to take the lead to show that she knows a lot about dinosaurs and stuff like that. And it's not working, and then they're just like, well, what the heck, you know? Then Coda just walks up and says, click. You have to like click the thing. And obviously, then they click the thing and morph into the black, blue, pink, and green Rangers. And then fend off like the Vivix and the monster with melee attacks. Like there's one called Morpher Blast and one called Super Slash or something like that. Just very generic attack names. So while Tyler defeats Ice Age and the other four defeat the Vivix. And Tyler and the T-Rex to beat Ice Age. And then we also get the new, just sentence or call at the end of the battle. Like, Samurai had Samurai Rangers, victory is ours. Then Megaforce had, that's a mega win. And Super Megaforce had a super mega win. And now this time it's Monster Extinct, which isn't bad, but again, like the narration at the beginning of the episode, I don't really find it necessary, but that's what you're gonna get, right? And basically, the Rangers head back to the base, and Keeper says that while he said that there was no more monsters on Earth, that this monster came from Sledge, and somehow Sledge has found his way back from deep space after being sent there by the explosion of the bomb in the first episode, and is now sending monsters down to destroy the Rangers and get the Energems. And then the episode ends with inside Sledge's ship, where he goes to his huge collection of monsters and asks them which one can defeat a Power Ranger. And the episode ends. Now, let's get into some of the positives. Like I said, the narration's a lot better. There's a great intro to Riley, and how he's just awesome with a sword, how he can just use anything as a sword, like a fence post, and how he just deflects Fury's blasts. That was awesome. There are a few references to Kyoryuger Sentai series. Right before the Rangers rush into battle, Tyler says it's about to get wild, which is basically what the Japanese version of the Red Ranger said in Kyoryuger before heading into battle. And also, at one point in the battle, Chase says, "Call me the hot shot, I never miss." And this is a reference to his Japanese counterpart, the Black Ranger counterpart, who, in the Japanese Sentai, called himself the hot shot hero. So I thought that was pretty cool, how they're just referencing Kyoryuger in just little bits like that. And now on to some of the negatives. Again, the line delivery. The wife that they saved from the car accident, her line delivery was so bad. It was so bad. I couldn't listen to it for that long. I'm glad that she wasn't around for that much. And also, like I said, Miss Morgan's opinion of Shelby and how she's like doesn't know why the Energen chose her, and how this isn't a job for a waitress. It just really bugs me. I know that that's supposed to be a character, but I can't really get into that character of Miss Morgan. Also, I was gonna put Koda's line delivery in the negatives. Like, he says stuff like, in very static, like, welcome to our team, and look good, Tyler, and click, you know, the way he says it. But then I figured, well, that's okay, because he's a caveman, and his speech isn't that good. So, I'm just gonna, that Koda's speech is actually really cool. How he's actually having broken dialogue. So with all of that, I give the episode a 9 out of 10, just because of those negatives again, the line delivery and Shelby's opinion, or Miss Morgan's opinion of Shelby. And with that, that is the end of the review of the second episode. Now, I don't think my episode 3 and 4 reviews will be up until probably the beginning of March, because for those of you who don't know, I still live with my parents, and the last time I uploaded a lot of videos in 1 month, I almost went over on the internet usage, and my mom hates it when I go over the internet, almost go over the internet usage, and tried to stop me from making YouTube videos. So I'm not gonna stop. I'm still making these reviews, and they're still coming. I'm just saying that episodes 3 and 4 might come out a bit later, like the beginning of March next month. I'm sorry, but that's just how stuff goes. I mean, if I wasn't so picky about it, I'd pay the overages, but I really don't want to have to pay extra money for the overages. So, anyways, thanks for watching my review of Power Rangers Down Charge Episode 2, Past, Present, and Fusion. And make sure to subscribe and like and comment and all that good stuff. And I will see you soon in my next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.